right, good morning everybody. It's Brittany at Big Cat Rescue in Tampa, Florida. And I'm just making sure you guys can comment and you guys are sharing so you can alert other people that we are going live. It looks like we missed the rain. I don't know. I can't tell if it's raining or just falling out of the trees, but we're gonna go for it. So I'm super excited because not only is my BFF here, Sarah D, she's going to be our backup today, but we have 2 tour guides. We're just waiting for them to come around the corner. She wanted to share this feed on her Facebook page and they'll be over and we're going to do a virtual feeding tour. And we're going to show you a couple of cats that you guys have not seen on a feeding tour before. So I'm excited about that as well. I'm gonna wait for them to make their grand entrance. Hey Deb, good morning. Good morning, Amanda. Ooh, here we go. I'm sure some of you guys figured this out. I've been teasing it out, but we have, yay! Jen and Matt are gonna be our feeding guides. Hi! All right. Take it away, guys.
Today we picked a very fun group for you guys.
Yay.
We're hoping they're kind of all the crazies, so we're hoping they're going to be a good entertainment.
Awesome.
So today we're doing Mrs. Claus first.
Woo.
I don't think you guys have gotten to see her yet.
Nope.
She is a bobcat and she is getting a chicken thigh.
Nice.
As well as this is our ground, we call it mush, but it's a carnivore diet. It's pretty much the healthy stuff. It's the rest of the animal.
Nice.
So, give me and then, Matt, do you want to?
Yay, Matt! Woo! The internet's biggest demand.
So, Matt and I, we started many years ago, 20 plus years ago, right?
21 years ago, oh my gosh.
And I started volunteering. Matt was like, I never see you, I'll come out. And so we came out and we fell in love with a girl named Glory. She's a cougar.
Aww.
And so Matt and I we're married, and so we've been out here for a long time. And
Yay!
all right, well, let's get her fed because she's hungry.
Yes, I imagine she's a little suspicious also.
Oh my God!
Oh, listen to her sounds. Those are not very good manners, lady.
So that was the distracting piece.
And she'll take it to go.
I always say a full mouth is a happy mouth, is a safe mouth.
I think that goes for people too.
I live with him, so I learned that. Your hands near him when he sees you.
I love that. Yeah, she's out of here.
She took it and ran.
She did. Is she our only bobcat on the list?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so Mrs. Claus is bobcat. Oh, we're getting pictures.
Yes, our coordinator report photos.
So Mrs. Claus is a bobcat. Bobcats have a variety of different noises. You got to hear 2 of them today. Her sweet little chirping, begging for us to come over and feed her food. And then the grrr, I want my food.
Yeah, that's usually the sound we hear the most.
Yeah. Mrs. Claus and Mr. Claus came here. They were rehab cats that were going to be released back out into the wild. Mr. Claus, he was releasable and she unfortunately was not. So she lives here and she has nice platforms. She's got a couple different rooms in here to run around in. Actually, 1, 2, 3 different rooms. One of them has lots of nice ferns because she likes to hide and pounce out at you.
That's probably where she's at now.
She has a barrel up there, and that like a wooden structure, and she really likes to hang out in there. She'll sit there and you'll walk by and she'll
That's usually where you always know you're gonna find her.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. right. Well, good job, lady. Yeah, she unfortunately, we think, had some neurological damage, which led to her not being releasable. She was trying to make friends with her food. She still plays with her food more than she likes to eat it, which is not going to help her survive in the wild. So she does live here now.
One
You
other
guys didn't
fun
get to
thing
see
about
her.
her is in the morning we will find her bowls, her water bowl,
Yes.
all over the enclosure. She loves to flip her water bowl and bring it into the enclosure and play with it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you'll hear like ding, 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 and then you know it's her. Awesome. All right, well, let's, everybody's asking if it's raining. I can't really tell if it's raining. I think it's just falling out of the trees. Yeah. So I think we might be safe. We did the keeper tour in the rain last week, so rain or shine, we are always here doing what we need to do for the cats.
At least it's a little bit cooler.
That's true, yeah. And they're more active. They eat better when it's cool like that.
So our next one is Sheena.
Yay!
You guys have met Sheena either.
Nope, I don't think so. All right. So we're gonna go see a couple African servals. I'll follow you guys. I definitely want to say thank you to the 2 people that have donated so far. I'm sorry I didn't get to see, looks like Paula was one of them, but didn't get to see the names. Thanks, Tracy. We are a nonprofit. We've been closed since March 16th out of precaution for COVID-19. So that means that we had to effectively stop all of our guided educational tours. Oh, hi, Pharaoh. Mister. Sticking out like a sore thumb and all that green. And so that means your donations, 100% of your donations go to the cats, the care of the cats. So thank you guys very much for that. And thanks to everybody sharing this. That's alerting people that we're live. And that helps us come across new supporters and new donors. So we really appreciate that. We are on 67 acres. If you're not familiar with us here at Big Cat Rescue, 67 acres with about, hi lady, with about 50 permanent residents. Sheena. Hey, Shishi. Where are you going? Oh, don't be scared. She's like, why are there 10 of you? It's just like it used to be, like several people on a tour.
So we have some cats that are a little more aggressive, so we lock them out. As you can see, the door is down for Sheena because Sheena gets a little excited about feeding. Mm-hmm. That hissing is her saying, thank you very much. That's her nice way of saying that.
She likes seafood. Yes, she does.
Yeah.
It's very bouncy also.
So the reason that Sheena gets seafood is because when she first came here, she had some problems with eating the same diet as everybody else. She wasn't eating chicken very well. She wasn't tolerating the mush very well. So she got fish fillets, mm-hmm. and then some shrimp. So she now has, now we've started introducing back chicken and mush. She actually had to go into the hospital for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And we started going, well, we are monitoring her all day. We can see how she tolerates the other foods. So we started introducing it. She was doing well with it. So we were able to introduce that back into her diet. Typically servals, they would eat just about anything that moves. I know.
Look at Cricket. She's like, second breakfast for me? Since you're the cat we can see, I'm going to zoom in on you while Jen talks about Sheena.
So servals in general, so that is applicable.
Yeah.
Servals, they will eat mice. They will eat fish. They will eat birds. They will eat, anything that moves. Any small animal that moves that's smaller than them. So they have those big ears so they can hear a mouse tunneling under the ground. They have those long legs so that they can go grab that mouse or grab whatever food they're trying to get. They have a small head so they can stick their heads through tiny places like the side of the cage.
Yeah.
Luckily, their shoulders are bigger. Sheena, in particular, as she comes over, you might want to notice that we're watching her weight because she's got a little bit of a second chin starting down here on her neck.
I heard she was super overweight when she first came too,
Yes.
right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
her weight has always kind of fluctuated.
Yeah, she's like me. She looks at ice cream and gains 10 pounds.
Same. Yep. Gotcha. Good girl.
So they have stripes and spots, so they fit in with any kind of camouflage or anything. They're a medium-sized animal. They're just amazing, amazing animals. They can jump up and catch a bird mid-flight. What they do is they take those long legs and they kind of clap the bird and then put it down on the ground and jump on it.
Mm-hmm. She's like, I don't have to do that though.
I don't have to do that. I got my fish right here.
You're a little paranoid, but that's actually pretty good. This is really helpful if this was a medical exam, knowing that she would come back and eat in lockout.
She wouldn't miss her fish.
No, she
no
wouldn't.
way.
Good job, lady.
Most of these cats will eat their food as quick as possible because in the wild they get competition. They kill something else is going to want to try to take it. So they eat usually as quick as they can.
But you can see how she's grabbing it with her tongue. She has a very rough tongue, so she can lick it up and then bring it to the back of her mouth and chew on it. A lot of people see those canines on the cats, and they think those are the only dangerous teeth. But actually, their back teeth are very, very strong. We've had a lot of cats that come here that people tried to make them safe to interact with, and what they'll do is they'll take their claws out. They'll also either defang them by taking those big canines out or filing them down. But I've seen many of those cats eat many pieces of chicken with big, big bones.
Yep. Good job. She's like, all right, you guys can go now.
Sheena also does get a bit of medicine. She has an allergy to mosquitoes, so she has a little bit of a red nose. Her nose is looking really good right now. But the pill she gets it looks like a little jelly belly jelly bean.
Yes, and they're horrible.
Yes.
They're ridiculous to stuff into like meat because they just shoot right back out. They're very squishy.
They're very good at finding that one and eating around it. So we found actually recently the whole sanctuary seems to be pretty good with the shrimp. If we can put it in the shrimp, they like the shrimp so much they don't try to sort through it.
Perfect.
Except for she's leaving the shrimp for last. What?
That's crazy.
I just said how much you like shrimp.
All
We'll
right.
go get ready for Hutch. We'll meet you over at Hutch is our next one.
Hutch. All right. Perfect. Don't think you guys have gotten to see Hutch featured. Yeah. That way we don't have to backtrack. Well, welcome to anybody who's new. If you are seeing any negative comments, we just ask that you ignore them and the moderators will take care of that. Just try to enjoy what you're seeing, interact with each other, make sure you're liking each other's comments and answering questions for any of our newcomers. We really appreciate that. All right. Oh, Hutchkins. Oh, there he's coming.
Oh my gosh, I'm late for dinner. I'm late.
Oh my goodness.
You're gonna want to give him the one piece.
Yeah, him's crazy. There we go.
He don't care. He's like, I don't need to run away.
Mm-mm. He enjoys audiences. There we go.
Hutch is a male serval. The other two servals we saw earlier are females, so he is a little bit bigger. With cats, the males do tend to be larger than the females.
What kinds of things are you guys watching for when you are feeding the cats in the mornings?
Well, looking for any obvious limps when he's walking over, it's unusual. We're looking for them only chewing on one side of their mouth. Maybe just chewing with their front teeth, something that would indicate a dental problem. These cats are really old. So so they end up with some dental issues. They live a lot longer here than they would in captivity, so things wear out.
Mm-hmm. Did you even taste that? My goodness.
And obviously, if a cat doesn't eat, that's a big concern for us.
Yeah.
These cats, again, they live so much older here than they would in the wild that the two common causes of death are kidney failure and cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And the sign that they have those issues is when they stop eating.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's also a good opportunity for us to be able to look at their eyes really closely and their ears and see if there's any kind of a hot spot or something going on with their fur or skin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hot spot is when they get like an itch or something like that and just rub it raw.
Yeah. My goodness, sir.
He's like, you were so late.
I know.
Everybody else already ate.
Yeah, every other cat has had breakfast around the cats we're feeding. So I heard Kimba's already throwing some attitude around. So we'll have to. And apparently he's not fond of Matt. So we'll see how this interaction goes.
But we'll let Jen feed.
Yeah.
Kimba and I are buddies.
I thought we were buddies too, because like of all the operant we've been doing,
Yeah.
but I had to be the one to lock him in his roof section to bring him home from vacation, and I got a face full of a roar. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to work at like rebuilding this friendship.
He's like, you're dead to me now.
Yeah, he was like straight devastated.
Every last little bit.
Good job. Look at his curly tail. More, please.
All right.
Clean plate club.
So our next one is a fan favorite. We're going over to Jinx.
Yay! All right. There we go. All right. Thank you so much to the 8 of you that have donated so far this morning. Makes it really worthwhile to have keepers come in and do these tours when you guys always show up in the comments and donate and help each other learn new things. Matt is not ever here on a Sunday, so this is a huge deal. It's football season too, so we are lucky we got him. Oh, not you, Manny. Sorry.
As we're walking up, we'll have to film it, but he likes to hide and stalk and be like a very scary flat cat.
I was wondering where his new flat cat position was going to be.
I know.
If you guys watched on Thursday, we moved Jinx from his old enclosure right next door to the enclosure that Aries was in. And so it looks like his new flat cat position is going to be under that platform. You guys, there we go. I was like gonna stay with him until he made his way over.
So what he's getting is he's getting chicken drums, so he's got some nice bones to brush his teeth. He's getting chicken thighs and then that mush.
He's so spry. You're like a kitten. I like that he has a much bigger lockout now too.
Yes.
He has always been fed in that one right over there. You can see such a size difference.
So Jinx is a very intense cat. Oh, I'll let you hear the punch. A lot of people after the tour, they go, oh, I just want to pet him. I just want to hug on him. And I'm like, did you hear those bones?
That drum is about the size of our hand, and he took 2 bites and it was gone.
So Jinx came here as what we called a witness protection cat. There was an ongoing investigation and court case when he came here. So we really couldn't tell a lot of people his story. He came here with some other tigers as well. And we fortunately did end up winning the court case, and they were able to stay here forever. So that was a big day for us. Because it was, what, 3 years, Brittany?
Oh, 4.
4 years.
Yeah. I was a red shirt in the gift shop when they showed up. And when we knew we were keeping them, I was a green shirt.
Oh, my God.
Like, absolutely insane.
Yeah, and it breaks our heart because we see them come in and the conditions they're in, and to know that they could potentially go back to that is really hard for us.
Yeah.
So we really, you know, that kind of stuff is a little bit out of our control. It's more Carol's thing. But we know that we can take as good of care of them as possible.
He's like, that guy's still right here with the bucket. What else is in there? Look at that face. Look at that face, sir. Oh, my Lord.
He doesn't like me much.
I'd say he likes you a lot right now. So intense.
It's like dessert.
I feel bad, Matt. You're always like, yeah, that cat doesn't like me much. Like, you name like 10 cats today.
I'm the guy out here that I'm the only animal likes, or only the person that animal hates.
Yeah, yeah.
We had a tiger here, TJ, hated me from the first day he got here.
Oh.
And I remember there was a tor in front of his enclosure, and I was 50 yards behind them, and they all turned around and looked at me, because he was looking through them to see me.
Yeah.
And when I walked by the tor, a lady asked, you know, do you think he hates you because you look like someone who used to abuse him? And I was like, I don't think Brad Pitt abuses tigers.
I don't think he does either. Well, okay, so then what cats here do like you?
Right now, just Jasmine.
Jasmine. Okay, good. And we're going to feed her, so that'll be good.
Nikki don't have a good
I've had a few people request to hear the Nikki Ball story. So.
Well, Nikki didn't really care for me much to begin with, but then about 2 or 3 years ago, I showed up one day and she was in her big open air section, and she was growling in the back, and she had a new blue ball. And I thought it was stuck, so I was going to see if I could help her. And I went back and she went into a rage. And now anytime she thinks I'm trying to steal her ball.
Yeah.
I have a video of her walking up towards me, the ball's in between us, and she takes the ball and flips it away. So I won't touch it.
That's amazing. I love it. Thank you again to the 9 of you that have donated so far. We really appreciate that. Who is next? Let's see, we still have Des, right? Yeah.
We have Des. I don't think you guys have seen Des yet either. Des is a serval as well, but he's a little bit of a maniac as well. So
Yes, he is.
Over to Des.
Okay, perfect. Yes. It's amazing to see how fast he actually moves on 3 legs. Like,
Absolutely.
he'll beat me to lockout every single time, even when he's like on the opposite side of the cage. So if any of you guys joined in late, we actually started with Mrs. Claus, and you can rewatch these lives at dailybigcat.com. So if you missed the beginning, you can watch that once this one ends. And I think weather permitting, you guys will have a singing Sunday with Lisa at 2, and I believe Carol will be back for that. All right.
There's a bird here that's not attached. So watch out.
Oh, that's fun.
Somebody's like,
That's fun. Yeah, there's a ton of palmettos over here. Where's Desi? There he is. You better make your way over here, sir. There he goes. That's kind of amazing to see him run on 3 legs like that and be so fast.
So yeah, so you guys might have noticed that he kind of runs funny. It's because he's missing his back leg. Des came to us that way. He was found walking the street in a suburb in Arizona. So his leg was already like that. So somebody had him as a pet. He got out. They probably didn't own him legally, so they didn't want to admit that they had him.
Mm-hmm.
And so
There we go. It attaches over here. You're right.
Nom nom nom.
I always tell him he sounds like Cookie Monster. A bunch of cookies. Yeah, actually his 11-year rescue anniversary is this month.
Oh, fun.
Which is crazy to think he's been here 11 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So originally when he came here, we didn't have a name for him. And so what we did was we put in our newsletter, we had people buy like tickets for $1 and put in names, and then we drew a name out of the bucket. When he came here, we thought he was a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And because a lot of times we don't knock them down and sedate them right when they come in, so we kind of go by what we're told.
Mm-hmm.
And we were told that Des was a girl, so the name Desiree was picked. And then Des had to go in for a procedure, and we had to put him under anesthesia, and they came out and said, well, Desiree is dead. He's a boy.
He's a boy.
It was fun. About a year ago, I was doing a keeper tour, and the lady that named Des was on my keeper tour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
Small
so
world.
she asked, because a lot of keep people don't really, they're like, oh, it's a serval, but she's like, can
Yeah.
I see Des?
Aww.
I named Des, and it was after her grandmother.
Aww. That's nice. That's funny. Yeah, Des, unfortunately, he's on the tour path, but he's rarely, visible from the tour path. So he is one that, now that we're kind of doing these virtual tours, we can actually take you guys up close to some of the cats you probably wouldn't have really seen on a tour coming here.
He's not one of the friendly ones.
No, but he is really good at operant, and he is a meds cat, so he gets lots of treats and snacks. We have to watch his weight very, very closely because of the fact that he's on 3 legs. His last exam did show a lot of arthritis in that back leg, and so we've got to make sure we take care of his weight so that he doesn't have any major issues only having one back leg. Good job.
Look at those big ears.
He's huge, by the
He is
way.
a big
He's
guy.
like the biggest serval. He's just massive.
Yeah, Hutch seems big, but he's even bigger.
Yes, absolutely. He's got a really long face too, just big boy.
Did you find any little pieces, crumbs?
Green plate club.
He is maybe the new president. That was fast. That was fast.
He's like, no, I'm finding crumbs.
Yep.
So the next one is a
Yay.
big one, Kimba.
Yay.
Kimba is a tiger. I'm gonna get through here.
Yeah, I was like, it's a little bit of a maze. Yay.
That's the wrong one. So Kimba is one of the Guatemalan tigers. This is one of them that does not like Matt very much. And you probably have not seen him on the, you haven't seen him
Nope.
on the feeding tour at all.
Nope.
Or keeper tour, so he's new to everything.
Yep, he is.
So let's see how that goes.
I think they closed this one.
Yeah. We're just gonna sit here.
Yeah, this one's down. Thank you so much, everybody who's donating and everybody who's sharing and joining us today.
And so what Kimba is getting, you guys can see, he has some chicken drums, he's got some thighs, and then he's got a really nice big piece of steak.
Wow, yeah.
And then he's got a whole bunch of that mush, too. He's a big boy.
He is.
He eats a good amount. He's very excited about food. And all of the food that we get is USDA approved quality food. We don't take in any donations of animals that have been hit by cars or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
This has all been processed at a facility that's certified. So our animals do get good quality food all the time. All right, let's see how it goes.
Yeah. I think I see him like as far away as possible too. Like the bubble by the staff houses.
Kimba! Kimba!
Kimba! Come on, bud. He's probably really suspicious.
I'm going to take this opportunity to put the food in.
Yep.
Kimba!
Let me see if I can spot him from the bridge. Kimba! Breakfast! Come on, bud. Kimba! Come on, breakfast! I see you. He's like as far away as possible. Come on, Kimba.
There we go.
Good job, bud. Yeah, Kimba is not a fan of Mark either. Like
Really?
he corners him at every chance that he can get, yeah.
Kimba, come on!
Come on, bud.
Nothing is as scary as an angry tiger.
No, for sure.
Come on, Kimba!
Good job, buddy. Come on, breakfast. Good job.
Come on! Come on, I got your door!
Good job, buddy. Good job, handsome man. You're all right. I'm not gonna get any closer.
So Kimba is one of our tigers we rescued from Guatemala a couple years ago. They were from circuses. Took us 2 years to get them.
Yeah.
Through all the red tape, the government red tape, to get them brought in from.
I never thought they were gonna arrive. Like,
Oh, here goes the big piece of meat. See how he uses those back teeth to saw through that? It's not really those canines. Those canines are used when they take down the prey to hold them and kind of make it so that they can't breathe. But they use those back teeth to saw through that.
Yeah, they're not flat molars like ours. They are like little ridges. Like they operate like scissors.
yeah, they basically slice and swallow, slice and swallow. It looks like he's chewing, but he's just slicing and swallowing. It's a good boy.
Kimba also just came back from vacation. I didn't take that into consideration. He might be a little sketchy about doors.
Yeah, it was, for anyone who watched that, he pulled like a Hoover. As soon as we opened the roof section door, he went to the farthest away point, like by the Explore camera, and just like laid down.
Oh no.
So everyone had to leave, and it was only Afton and a bucket of food that sat like hiding by the tunnel, and eventually he spotted the open door and went for it, and then we were able to move him. It was crazy.
Now, Kimba's watching Matt very closely because he's not a fan, but Matt is watching his back because Max over there
Is up on his platform, also watching what's going on.
and watching, making sure Matt doesn't do anything sneaky.
Poor Matt. Matt's like seriously the nicest, like most lovable guy, and all these cats are like, rah. I do think for some reason it's a male thing for a lot of them too, because Dylan gets it really bad from Kimba, and Mark gets it really bad. So
However, the other one that he gets really bad with is Rebecca, who is the most petite little skinny thing ever.
bless her heart.
And she's like, well, it's a good day. Kimba only barked at me once. Like, and she is the most non-threatening person.
I know her
out
sweet
there.
little British accent, and
Yeah. And Kimba just thinks she's a monster.
oh, it's hilarious. Good job, bud.
Good on time?
Yeah, we're doing great actually. Which is a good thing on the feeding tour, is just you getting them fed fast.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh man.
The chicken wire around his lockout is there to keep birds from eating his food.
Really stupid birds.
Yeah. When we started feeding, for years we fed in the evening, and then a couple of years, well, probably 5 years ago, we started feeding in the mornings, and now the vultures know we put out a buffet every day. So this keeps them from trying to eat the food and getting killed by the tigers.
Mm-hmm.
In vacation, they go in the open air section and then walk into the roof section to get the food, and then can't figure out how to get their way back out.
Yeah. Bird brains.
I know. So any of those pieces that fell out on the side, the cleaners come back behind and they'll come and pick that up. Poor guy, gets frustrating for him.
Yeah. You're doing very good though. With 3 people standing here, it's not bad.
I know. He's still doing good.
Yeah, he's definitely at attention though.
He's in pounce mode.
Yeah,
Like,
I
gotta
usually-
go if he moves near me.
I
Walk around
usually
his
don't.
enclosure, he'll slink around to
Oh
avoid
my
me.
gosh.
But every so often he'll charge me.
There's Max on his platform back there, keeping a very close eye on Matt.
Oh,
You know how to stop a
Gotta get it.
tiger from charging?
Oh.
How?
Buy his credit card.
All right, we're going. Don't worry. You get those last couple bites all to yourself.
So whenever I feed him, I always take my bucket and put it far away because you don't want to go back.
Yeah, you don't want to go back and then have to lean down in front of them. All right, well, I think we're going to be able to spend some time with Miss Jasmine. All right, do you get to see Tiny Gentleman?
He was out. He did not eat.
Oh, yeah,
And then
he's,
as soon as Emma left, he was in his lockout.
of course. The whole time Alethea was on vacation, he was being a picky eater because his neighbor wasn't home, so he has to be all about his neighbor. Diablo. That'll be Linda's project for the day, going back out to him like 4 times.
Good luck.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so far, everybody who's joined. We are heading to our last cat. Aww, Sam. Bite your back leg. I know. That's unbelievable. Like, Max never pays attention to anything anymore, but I've never seen him around Matt. That's pretty unbelievable. Aw, Chaos. Here's a Caracal. Hi, sweet lady.
Since we have a few extra minutes, we can talk about her.
Sure. She's in a great place.
This is a Caracal. Her name is Chaos. She came here with Cyrus, and supposedly they were great together with their previous owners. And then we started noticing that Cyrus was always on the top of his platform. We called it like his man cave. But then we realized she was beating him up.
Yeah, they were not thrilled to share space, so.
So now their enclosure, they have a very large enclosure between the 2 of them, and we have 2 doors down so they can see each other, but they can't get at each other. And that has made everybody's lives a lot better.
Definitely. Yeah, you can tell she's a lot happier.
Yeah. Caracals, Caracal means black ear in Turkish, and oh, she did it just perfectly. She showed us her ear.
Good job, lady.
They're also commonly called a desert lynx, and you can see those tufts on the top of their ears, and that's similar to what a lynx has. They live in a very grassy, plain type area, so that's why they don't have a lot of spots or stripes. And they're brown like that. They fit in with like the grasses and the plains.
Yeah, usually when she's on this platform, she's at the very top, like all the way up there. So this is a great view of her. And she hasn't walked away from me yet. That's her typical thing for me. It's
Oh.
like, bye.
Well, you can tell her head's a little wet, so she's like, nah,
Yeah.
I got stuck in the rain.
She's just gonna deal with it now. I love how her ear tufts like droop, whereas Cyrus's stand straight up. It's so cute. She has little pom-poms.
You look so sad.
She does. So she's like, you obviously brought me nothing. Thanks.
That's the face
Evil,
of
evil
disappointment.
That's a major face of disappointment. Sorry, lady. Is Rebecca here today?
No, I
Oh,
don't think
okay.
so. I don't think I saw her.
I was gonna say maybe she get treats.
Oh, yeah, she got some dental stuff done.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Well, Matt, here you go.
Yep, you're one happy cat.
Cat that likes him.
She's the sweetest cat.
She is the sweetest. She has such a. Actually, I'll come back there with you. She has such a unique chuff.
Yeah.
Hi. So you can
all
see.
of our tigers and our leopards and our jaguar, we lock out so that we can put the food in there safely. And then our problem animals, which you've seen quite a few of those
Yes,
today.
yeah. The naughty cat list. There's a couple naughty cat lists. There's the lockout one, the enrichment one,
Yeah.
the operant one, meaning Manny.
He owns the naughty cat list on
Yeah,
that one.
yeah. No operant for Manny.
He actually owns the naughty list on all of them. So
That's
he's on
true.
every one of the lists.
That's true. That's true. So Jasmine gets about 12 pounds of food a day.
Yeah, 10 to 12.
10 to 12, yeah.
As do our other tigers. Like our males, they definitely will get 12.
There we go.
It's not very food aggressive. Most tigers would not let me get this close to them while they're eating. They're very angry and protective of it, but it doesn't bother her.
She likes an audience too. I've noticed sometimes I'll drive away to go finish feeding out back, and when I come back she still has a plate full of food, but as soon as I walk over she immediately starts eating, and I'm like, okay, I guess we're just hanging out.
Well, she was cute. When she walked in, she looked over like, okay, people, here I go.
Yep.
Are you ready?
Are you watching? We're watching.
So a lot of people ask, do you cook their food first? They get a raw diet. We don't cook anything. It comes to us frozen and we do thaw it. It's kept in a nice, big, huge cooler, refrigerator. We have quite a few of those. One big freezer, another smaller freezer, and then basically a room where it thaws so that we can get it to room temperature or a little bit cooler than room temperature.
Good job. We're still here.
And where tigers live in the wild, part of their diet is beans, human beans.
Oh my goodness.
How long you been waiting to say
Dad
that?
joke central. That's one of my favorites.
My life is full of dad jokes.
I love it.
But
I have missed you.
where these animals live in the wild, they're on fragmented preserves. And there's literally thousands of people who live in these preserves illegally. So there's always bound to be human-animal conflict. I was reading a couple years ago that the Indian government will reimburse people if their cattle get killed by deer or by tigers, and also if their family members are killed. And because they're so poor, a lot of the older people would go out in the woods trying to get killed by tigers.
Oh
Wow.
So
wow.
that their family would get money.
Wow.
Matt, we need some money.
Make me a meat suit.
You're older than me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was amazed when we were in India, like, just, like, we're obviously in big trucks and, like, super paranoid because, like, it doesn't feel normal to be, like, not, you know, having a wall or a cage between you and a tiger. But these, like, locals would just be walking down the path and all they'd have in their hand was, like, a giant stick.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
good luck with that. Or riding their bikes through there, through those
gosh.
preserves.
Meals on
Watching,
Wheels.
yeah, watching Carol ride her bike through the sanctuary and the way the cats react to that, seeing it happen in the wild without cages was like horribly frightening.
Yeah.
There was a video in Siberia of a Siberian tiger chasing a car.
Wow.
Mm-mm. Yep, these guys definitely demand respect.
Yeah, you're so lucky to be able to have gone to India and seen them in the wild. You know, as much as it's amazing and awesome for us to be able to care for these animals every day and see them, at times I'm like, oh, everybody doesn't see a tiger every day, you know, but
Right.
but Matt and I have never had the opportunity to see these guys in the wild, and that would be just absolutely amazing.
I highly, highly recommend it for everyone. You gain so much more respect and the need to protect them, and the need to stop all the senseless things that are happening in captivity with these guys. See them raising their actual babies
Yeah.
and things like that. It was pretty amazing.
Aw. Ooh, we're gonna get a good crunch.
Good
Yeah,
job.
good.
I like how she looks over for some approval.
Yeah,
Was
like,
that good enough?
Was that
Another
good
one?
audio? Did the audio work out well there?
Do you feel my age?
So some of you might have noticed, if you were very good observers, you might have noticed that her tail is a little bit shorter than other tigers, and her ear, her left ear, is missing. She's missing part of it. We don't know exactly what happened. We've had a lot of cats come here, and they shared a wall with another cat. And so as they go and they rub up against the wall, the other cat will bite a little something off. So typically when we see animals missing pieces and parts like that, it can be because of that, due to that. Also, sometimes they have some problems when they're doing breeding, especially if they're overbred and being bred all the time and don't want to.
Yeah.
They get a little extra chomp.
Yep.
Because these guys typically wouldn't live in the wild in close quarters. They, at about 2 years old, mom's like, I taught you everything you need to know, get out of here. You cross my path, I may kill you.
Yeah.
So even to her babies. And so they come together for breeding. And so when we put them in, now we're in not natural circumstances here, so a lot of times animals are housed together because they've been housed together for a long time. But when animals come to us, sometimes they say they love each other and they're great, and then there's the Cyrus and Chaos thing where they really didn't, and they finally have a chance to get away from each other.
Yep.
You know, some couples are like that too.
Matt, have a comment on that? Coming in on a Sunday
During football season.
during football season. Yeah, this is Matt's normal days, usually on Saturdays, and Jen is here on Sundays. So it's a real treat that he decided to come in only after, I don't know, like 3 months of begging. Every time I'd post something, I'd like have to like tag or like nudge or like wink, wink, Matt.
I was sitting at my computer and I'm like, okay, I'm going to tell Brittany we're going to do the feeding tour on this day. He's like, okay. I'm like, oh, okay.
Doing it.
Oh,
Good
did you
job.
do good? You did really good. Everybody is Clean Plate Club today.
Yeah, you did very good.
Big stretches afterwards. Go say hi. Oh.
What a good girl. So you guys can see she was only in her feeding lockout, and then she was able to come out into this section, and then she has a huge open air section that is where all that grass is back there. And she has a home tour that you guys can watch at dailybigcat.com so that you can see the true space that Jasmine has. Good job, lady. Of course, we like to remind everyone that these cats are stuck in captivity because, they were born in captivity. And so no cage is ever going to be large enough for these guys. That's the sad reality. That's why we don't believe in breeding for life in cages here. So we do the best we can for them while they're here, but the problem really needs to be solved by passing the Big Cat Public Safety Act. You gonna finish that? Maybe, maybe not. And you guys can do that at bigcatact.com. All right, well, thank you guys. I really, really appreciate you guys doing this tour today.
My pleasure. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yay. Thank you. Thanks, Sarah.